tonight, a WLWT exclusive, the first interview with Ohio's newest U.S. Senator, Jon Husted, sworn in at the Capitol all about a half hour ago.
Yeah, and the oath given to Husted by now Vice President J.D. Vance, who just vacated, of course, that same Senate seat. And our WLWT News 5's Mike Dardis is live once again tonight in Washington, D.C., and he just talked with Senator Husted a short time ago. What did he have to say, Mike?
Hi there, Cherie. Hi there, Chris. Isn't that a new ring, right? Senator Husted. I think he's got to feel like he just made it to the finish line. Remember, he was the odds-on favorite to be appointed by Governor Mike DeWine. And then late in the game came those stories that Vivek Ramaswamy might be considered. And President Trump said if Vivek gets it offered, he wants him to take it. Well, in the end, though, it was the foot soldier of Mike DeWine who got the job. And here's that swearing-in ceremony within the last hour or so.
And that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter. So help you God?
I do.
Great. Congratulations, Senators.
And there he is with wife Tina by his side, the newest U.S. Senator of the state of Ohio, Jon Husted. And as you mentioned, Vice President Vance doing the honors there. He leaves to take the vice president's job. And now the guy who was the Secretary of State in Ohio for 8 years and the 5-year lieutenant governor is now a U.S. Senator. I talked to Senator Husted a short time ago about his relationship with Donald Trump. He posted some photos with the president on social media here in the last couple of days, and what it's like to fill this new role.
Well, for an adopted kid who grew up in rural Ohio, no, this is kind of an opportunity of a lifetime, something you could have never dreamed of. But it is a great honor and responsibility, and I'm ready for that responsibility and ready to get started.
We saw the photo of you and President Trump the other day on social media. I know he's running around. Did you get any time at all to chat? And if so, what did he say?
Well, yeah, we spent 2 hours with him as a Senate Republican conference the other morning and had a chance to talk with him. He said a lot of nice things about me in front of everyone, so it's always nice to have the president on your side, and I've told him he can count on me to be an ally for him.
Senator Husted in his late 50s, although he doesn't look it, he looks like a younger man. He said one of the reasons he took this job now was that the kids are older. He had aspirations for higher office earlier on, but his kids were younger, and now they're of high school age, he says, and now was the time when you get an opportunity like this to be a U.S. Senator. You don't pass it up. Reporting live from the Russell Senate building here in the nation's capital on a nice, warm inside night here. I'm Mike Dardis, WLWT News 5. Back to you.
We felt for you last night. It was bitterly cold there, I know, too, Mike. Hey, you know, it's a busy place there between the House and Senate chambers. Have you been able to talk with any of our other local politicians today about the inauguration or anything that's happened since then?
I have. If nothing else, I got to check out the new trains. You know, it's not new. For me, it's new. The train system that goes underneath the Capitol from side to side and how folks around here get around all the time. But I did take the train over to the House side, and I spoke with U.S. Representative David Taylor from District 2, and this is obviously a big deal for him because he's replacing a guy who's, you know, really a Republican legend in our area, Brad Wenstrup, who had served in that role for 12 years in District 2. He steps aside. David Taylor is now the U.S. Congressman. I know you spoke with him in a sit-down interview along the campaign trail before he got elected, and I got a chance to talk with him, the first person from our area to do an interview since he was sworn in here in the last couple of weeks, and we'll have more of that at 7 o'clock, Cherie and Chris, and 11 o'clock.